Okay, so I realized I didn't show you all how to go about, oh, that's terrible, go about writing the names and formulas of these ions. So we're not going to hate on my drawing abilities. But let's make us a chart, and Miss Hawkins is going to give you a chart like this that's going to ask you these questions. Oh, I don't know why I didn't just do that. Okay, so let me just do a couple of examples for you, and then you're going to have one that you're going to have to do. And let's just talk about what we would do. And I wouldn't copy this chart down just yet, although you're going to have to do one like this that she's going to give to you. Oh, I don't think I want that one. All right, let me see what I've got here. This is the element. Then this is the closest noble gas. That's what this Ng stands for, is noble gas. Then this is the number of electrons. And did it gain or did it, stop that. Did it gain or did it lose to get there? Okay. And then what is the formula? And is it going to be yeah, I do want that. Is it going to be a cation, or is it going to be an anion? And then what is the name going to be? All right, that's what we're going to put. So let's just do our sodium that we were doing, okay? Sodium is number 11, okay? The closest noble gas to number 11 is neon. You're going to have to do this now, okay? Number 10. What does number 11 have to do to get to number 10? It needs to, I should switch these two. Let me switch these two. It needs to gain, lose, and how many? It needs to lose 1. So what's the formula going to be? It's going to be Na, and if it loses 1, it's going to be a positive charge. So you're going to put a 1 plus, because now it's positively charged. So you put the symbol, but now it's going to have a positive charge. Positive how many? 1, because it lost 1. And that's going to make it a cation. And what's its name? Okay, if it loses, it doesn't lose its name, it keeps its name. So it's still going to be sodium. Keep it just like it is. But now it's an ion. You must put ion. If you don't put ion, it's going to be -1. All right? Now let's do oxygen, because we had done that one as well. Here's oxygen. It's number 8. What's its closest noble gas? Neon, number 10. Okay? What does it need to do? What does number 8 need to do to get to number 10? It needs to gain. Gain how many? Gain 2. So, is that going to make it, if it gains, is that going to make it a cation or an anion? It's going to make it an anion. And what's its formula going to be? Well, it's still going to be oxygen, because it didn't change its number of protons, so it's still going to be oxygen, but now it's going to be negative. Negative what? Well, -2, because that's how many it gained. And remember, if it gains a new name. So this becomes oxide ion. Oxide ion. And you're going to be required to do several of these. And you should be able to take any that are from the S block or the P block on the periodic table and do this too. Now, I want us to talk about boron. Let's talk about number 5, boron. Please do not be confused, because you can look at the periodic table, which I'm doing right now, by the way, and it looks like number 10 neon is closest to number 5 boron, but it is not. If you just look at number-wise, what number of the noble gases, remember there's only 6 noble gases, that's all there are on the chart, just 6. What number is closest to number 5? And you'd have to go with helium. Helium number 2 is closest in number to number 10 neon, number 5 boron rather. So helium is actually the closest noble gas to number 5 boron. And what does boron need to do to get to be like helium? It needs to lose how many? 3. So what is boron's charge going to be? it's going to be boron, and it's going to have a positive 3 charge like that. We're just going to make it a cation, and if it's a cation, it gets to keep its name. So it's going to be boron ion. So make sure you get that, okay? And just as a heads up, if you have the group 4, carbon, silicon, those guys, remember those are mostly all metalloids, but they can either gain 4 or lose 4. They will nearly always lose, just so that you know. All right? So you work on these. Miss Hawkins is going to give you a worksheet that's going to have these for you, and you have a great day.